y avait des marchands, il y avait des marins. Et là, les négociants carthaginois sont très célèbres.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for 10 places where the glory of ancient empires seems to be lost among the chaotic present. Number 10. Ancient Greece. Few civilizations shine brighter in Western history books than ancient Greece. After all, it was the land of Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle.
So you have the appearance of a new generation of thinkers, and you have a reason to build things, to understand nature, to create technology.
Greece gave us democracy, philosophy, drama, science, and Olympic glory. Yet even in their golden age, it was chaotic. Patchwork of rival city-states that fought almost as often as they flourished. They briefly set aside differences to repel Persia's mighty Achaemenid Empire, but soon fell back into ruinous civil wars.
The bloody and brutal conflict between Athens and Sparta, known as the Peloponnesian War, continued for another 25 years, until finally in 404 BC, Athens fell.
That fractious legacy still echoes today. Modern Greece is known for political and economic turmoil, from corruption scandals to crippling debt crises. The stability of ancient Persia and the brilliance of ancient Greece are now in a turbulent state. Number 9. Hittite Empire. 3,000 years ago, the Hittites stood shoulder to shoulder with Egypt and Babylon as masters of the ancient world.
In a time of war and conquest, they were the mightiest military power of their age.
From their capital at Hattusa, they ruled Anatolia with advanced chariots, early iron weapons, and intricate legal codes. They even brokered history's first written peace treaty. After a battle with the Egyptians, they made peace with Pharaoh Ramses II.
Ramesses, the great king of Egypt, has made himself in a treaty upon a silver tablet with Hattusili, the great king.
The Hittites were warriors, yes, but also diplomats, a rare mix in a brutal age. Fast forward to modern Turkey, a progressive country that still wrestles with economic, political, and ideological uncertainty. In September 2025, protests rocked its streets anew.
This case is political. The accusations are slander. Our comrades are innocent. What's being done is a coup against the future president, against the future government.
The ruins of the Hittite Empire still stand, but their legacy seems to be fading over time. Number 8. Kanem-Bornu Empire. For over a millennium, the Kanem-Bornu Empire dominated the central Sahel.
And it's kind of like the best of West Africa and the best of East Africa came together and just formed this amazing empire.
At its height, the empire stretched across modern Chad, Libya, and Sudan, with an iron grip on trans-Saharan trade routes. This control showered the empire in wealth. The Sayfawa dynasty claimed ancient Yemeni descent, embraced Islam, and made Bornu a hub of learning, faith, and commerce.
The empire was organized territorially and divided into different administrative regions, each with its own administrative structure.
Today, the lands once united under Kanem-Bornu are fractured and unstable. Chad struggles with coups and poverty. Sudan has faced decades of ethnic and religious conflict, leading to South Sudan's secession in 2005. Libya has been in an endless cycle of conflict since the fall of Gaddafi.
Any fighting or violence affects people. Civilians will die. The elderly and people who are sick will be impacted. Families are scared and will need to be evacuated.
Number 7. Greco-Bactrian Kushan empires. The war-torn nation of Afghanistan has been in and out of conflicts for decades. But once, this land had more agency and stability in its cultural shifts. The Greco-Bactrian kingdom fused Hellenistic and Asian culture, spreading Greek art, language, and philosophy deep into Central Asia.
Over time, the native Indo-Iranian Bactrians would come to be Hellenized and absorb much of Greek culture, including the Greek alphabet. But that independent spirit would remain, succeeded by the Greeks who came to rule the region.
Its successor, the Kushan Empire, sat astride the Silk Road and launched Buddhism eastward into China.
Chinese visitors were amazed at the level of wealth and sophistication that their old nomadic northern neighbor had established themselves in this very different part of the world.
For centuries, this frontier was rich, cosmopolitan, and dynamic. Modern Afghanistan bears little resemblance. A lot has changed, and not often for the best in recent decades.
Le drapeau américain a été retiré de l'ambassade. Le président Ashraf Ghani a fui au Tadjikistan et déclaré les talibans ont gagné.
Number 6. Ajuran Sultanate. From the 14th to the 17th century, the Ajuran Sultanate ruled much of the Horn of Africa. Centered in modern Somalia, it was a powerful Islamic state that controlled sea trade along the Indian Ocean and the river valleys inland.
But they basically controlled the water system and the water ducts, which made them very, very powerful.
The Ajuran built castles, irrigation systems, and mosques. Mogadishu grew into a hub of immense wealth, drawing merchants from Arabia, India, and even China. Today, that same city is considered to be one of the most dangerous places on earth.
In dhibaatada iska ku badan tahay xeebihii oo aadan meesha rabto u kalluumaysan karin midii aan markaas u dhaweyn oo amnigeeda iyo aan islahayn.
Somalia has been branded a failed state, plagued by piracy, famine, civil war, and terrorism. The prosperity and order of the Ajuran Sultanate survive only in scattered ruins of its golden age. Number 5. Kingdom of Congo. The Kingdom of Congo was vast and powerful, one of Africa's greatest pre-colonial states. It boasted a centralized government and a thriving trade network.
Each regional group or clan had its own profession: pottery, weaving, basket making, and trade was based on a system of barter. Textiles, for instance, could be exchanged for other goods.
In the 15th century, the royal family converted to Christianity. Its kings corresponded directly with Portugal and the Vatican. The result was a uniquely Congolese culture blending African traditions with European diplomacy. But centuries of slave raids, colonial meddling, and internal strife tore the empire apart.
O trabalho forçado era uma das formas como eles utilizaram para, digamos, em termos econômicos.
Today, its former lands are among the most unstable on earth. The Democratic Republic of Congo has endured decades of dictatorship, corruption, and war, while Angola suffered one of the longest civil wars of the 20th century. The grandeur of Congo has been degraded by exploitation and crisis.
Congolese people are tired. How many times do we have to die?
Number 4. Kingdom of Great Zimbabwe. Between the 11th and 16th centuries, Great Zimbabwe was the heart of a thriving southern African empire.
It stood at the heart of a thriving African culture, a magnet for trade from as far away as China, and a home to skilled artisans and stonemasons.
Its rulers controlled gold mines and cattle herds. They traded wealth as far as the Middle East, even China.
It's believed that about 8 kings lived here at Great Zimbabwe with their warriors and close relatives.
The capital's massive stone walls and towers still awe archaeologists today as they were built without mortar. But the grandeur of Great Zimbabwe stands in sharp contrast with the modern nation that bears its name. Zimbabwe is infamous for political repression, economic collapse, and one of the worst cases of hyperinflation in history.
Perhaps proof the Zimbabwe dollar has finally collapsed. It's now become so worthless, no one wants it.
In 2008, prices doubled every day. The value of banknotes increased exponentially. From golden trade routes to currency crises, the story of Zimbabwe is a tragic reversal of fortune.
Those ancient kingdoms remind me of the fact that African civilizations were present and they were dynamic. It was an era of creativity. There was so much that was happening.
Number 3. Ancient Carthage. For centuries, Carthage was the jewel of the Western Mediterranean. Founded by Phoenician settlers, it grew into a maritime empire that rivaled Rome itself.
Thanks to its strategic position, Carthage grew steadily in importance, eventually overshadowing all other Phoenician settlements, both militarily and commercially.
Carthaginian fleets ruled the seas, and generals like Hannibal terrified the Republic with campaigns that remain legendary. But Rome's eventual victory in the Punic Wars razed Carthage to the ground.
Carthage's palaces, temples, and great libraries were burnt to the ground, destroying history from Carthage's perspective.
Today, the lands once under its sway, Tunisia, Algeria, and Libya, face instability instead of glory. Tunisia wrestles with political unrest, and Libya has been torn apart by civil war since the fall of Gaddafi. Algeria struggles with authoritarian rule and economic stagnation.
Algeria is in the throes of a budget crisis amid the global slump in oil prices.
The proud empire that once battled Rome is now remembered only in the history books. Number 2. Kingdom of Aksum. The Kingdom of Aksum once ranked among the greatest powers of the ancient world. Stretching across modern Ethiopia and Eritrea, it commanded Red Sea trading routes.
At its closest point, the Arabian Peninsula lies just 25 kilometers from here on the Eritrean coast.
Aksum was the hub linking Rome and India. It also minted its own coins and built towering obelisks. In the 4th century, it became one of the first nations to adopt Christianity. Aksumite merchants and diplomats connected Africa to the wider world through religion, philosophy, and trade.
Anywhere in Ethiopia today, and it's pretty certain that you will find frankincense like this. Along with myrrh, gold, and ivory, these were the precious exports that helped cement the rise of the Kingdom of Aksum.
Today, the lands of Aksum are sadly marked by bloodshed. Ethiopia has been racked by civil war in Tigray, with hundreds of thousands killed and millions displaced. Modern Ethiopia struggles with famine, ethnic conflict, and authoritarian rule. The brilliance of Aksum now only lingers in legend.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into Settings and switch on your notifications.
Number 1. Neo-Assyrian Empire. The Neo-Assyrians built the largest empire the world had ever seen at the time. Their holdings stretched from the Persian Gulf to Egypt.
At its height, in the 7th century BCE, the Assyrian Empire stretched across modern Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Israel, and parts of Turkey, Iran, and Egypt.
Centered in Mesopotamia, they were the heirs to the Akkadian Empire. Centuries later, the Akkadians pioneered the very idea of ruling diverse peoples under a centralized state. The Assyrians refined that model with a fearsome bureaucracy and military machine. Their kings pioneered professional armies, iron weapons, and mass deportations as tools of control.
Once the Assyrians conquered an area, they built cities connected by well-maintained royal roads.
At its height, Assyria's capitals dazzled with palaces, libraries, and colossal stone guardians. But centuries of rebellion and invasion brought it crashing down in 609 BCE. Today, the land of Mesopotamia is modern Iraq and Syria, still scarred by dictatorship, foreign invasion, and sectarian war.
We need to make sure that Syria will no longer be a center of terrorism.
Which fallen empire do you think would be most disappointed by its modern legacy? Let us know in the comments below.